The best of the best go to the Olympic Games, and it's brilliant to be a part of it. I'm treating it like any other tournament.
Oh, that's much better from Campbell, and he's going to the 2012 London Olympic Games.
Me and the opponent in the ring boxing. I've done it 128 times. The game's hit and not get it. This tournament brings a lot of hype, a lot of pressure really. I don't know really what drove me to the sport, it's just something I fancy doing. There was no influence into my family because no one boxed. I didn't know any boxers. I went to the gym just around the corner from my house with my brother. I found out about St Paul's after the first season, and I moved to St Paul's and been here ever since. The second I walked through the doors, it felt like home.
When he first came into the gym, it was a little chubby lad at the time. Quite about himself, what he wanted, and I thought, you know at first you don't know how to take somebody. I thought, bit different this kid. Bit tuned in other ways, you know, he's a bit streetwise as well, he was. Even though little angel face, but streetwise with it.
Mike's been my trainer the whole time.
And we're sewing it off really well.
It's like my second home really.
It's like a community, we come in there, it's a family, we make everybody welcome.
There's a great team, they all do it voluntary, you know, they don't get paid for it and they put the time into us. And you know, so a big thank you goes out to them as well. You don't just come to this gym to train, you come here and get a life education lesson as well.
I mean, I've always been that way about the discipline, the respect, timekeeping.
You know, it tells you about, you know, the rules of life and what you should do and what you shouldn't do.
Big part of it as well, it's not just about inside the gym, it's out the gym, it's for life.
Being good at school and being confident in life.
Walk out there, head up high, outside, people respect you and you respect people.
Well, I think he's an immensely impressive young man. But what I liked about Luke was he comes across as somebody who is pretty humble. And I think if he can make his way in the world of boxing and retain that kind of, keep his feet on the ground, retain that sense of humility, he will be a better person for it.
My real hero in life is my mum. She's just like a workhorse and she provides from the family, and you know, she's always out working, and probably that's where I get my determination from, I think.
He has that ability that sports people have of just being kind of totally focused on what he's doing.
His commitment really, you know, I mean, through thick and thin, he didn't always win, but he wanted to learn.
I didn't have the best boxing record, but I stuck at it. You know, I had a few defeats.
It was always that, not looking at the things right, yeah, that was great, but the things that won.
A person can have a small amount of talent, but you know, it don't come without hard work and dedication really, and you know, and wanting to better myself all the time and be better than I was the day before. And
he wanted to develop, and he'd sit and talk, and he wanted the time, and he'd stay in the gym and keep on the phone, and that's when I knew that he really wanted it, and he had what it took.
Always wanted to better myself, and you know, that's what's got me in this position today.
Everything I've been positive. Obviously, you know, boxing, very debatable decisions. You sit and talk about it after the event. Okay, it's not the end of the world. You dropped a decision, but as long as the performance was there, which it always was, and then obviously the injuries he received really put him back. He missed the Olympics, the last Olympics, because himself and Joe Murray got the first qualifier and actually qualified for the Olympics. So again, Luke could have looked at that and think, my chance is gone.
Maybe everything happens for a reason. I missed out on that. 6 months later, I was the first man in 47 years to win the Europeans. So that was a massive achievement. And then I qualified for London 4 years after.
It's a great honour, really, to have someone connected with the paper going to the Olympics. I'm a great believer in sport as being a great leveller, of giving everybody a chance at success from all backgrounds. And that is why it's not just doing it for the adults who'll be watching as well, but it's for doing it for kids like my youngster, because it's children like that who will be inspired by watching Luke in the Olympics. That's what it's all about to me. It's about the kids, it's about the youngsters, and showing them that anybody from any background can achieve their dreams, and Luke is living proof of that.
Here is Campbell, 24-year-old, a very stylish southpaw from Hull.
Hull and East Riding is sports mad. We kind of pretty much define ourselves by sport. So here's a young man who is representing Hull and East Riding in the Olympics. Somebody who has a genuine chance of winning a medal, ideally gold medal. Very, very special, and is something that I feel we as a city and as a people in that city should really, really get behind.
The area gets a bad reputation from particularly the national media. So actually to show that we have talented youngsters doing their best, giving their all and representing not only the city but their country has to reflect well on the city itself. And I think that's why we're very proud of anyone who comes from Hull doing well on a national level, and that's why we're especially proud of someone like Luke.
I'm from Hull and I'm proud of Hull. I love the place.
I can tell you for a certainty that the entire city and the entire region will be celebrating and will be taking it as a sign that Hull is truly a great city.
I feel proud. I feel proud for him. I feel proud for the city. I feel proud for every kid that's going to walk in these doors, because within there, you know, there's always that role model.
He will know, and if he doesn't, he should know, that the whole of the city will be behind him. I'm sure the whole of the county will be behind him.
How often do the Olympic Games happen in England? Yeah, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
He's living his dream and rather hoping that people in Hull, seeing one of their own, a decent chap, a really nice lad from an ordinary background, getting to the top of his profession will inspire all sorts of youngsters to get off their Xboxes, get out of their bedrooms and go and learn a sport and just see what rewards that can bring.
You know, now it's time to knuckle down and get on with the job in hand and, you know, and reach my target.
As an aspirational figure, then I think that's why I would like to wish you, both on behalf of the newspaper and personally, the very, very best of luck in London. Come on, Luke, you can bring it home.
He's worked hard. We know he's going to perform. He works it right. He lives it right.
I'm really pleased with how it's going, and people that are there supporting me that night is just fantastic.
He'll fine-tune everything. He'll peak at the right time and put in the performances. You're the man.